Hey guys, it's Charlotte, and I'm here today to answer some of Sneako's questions that he has, and to just speak about him as a being. To call him out, rip on him. I was wondering if this is going to be a ripping on video, or if it's just an expose video. I haven't looked if other people have made videos on Sneako on this topic, guys. I haven't really looked, and I saw that Charlie was being bullied by Sneako, entrapped into over surveillance, into a debate, into a live streamed content piece of Sneako's that Charlie wasn't aware of. The entrapment of that, the coercive control of that really bothers me, especially when he's going after such a kind individual, a person who has nothing to hide, who uses his platform for good and for fun and for just joy and for joy, unlike Sneako. Unlike Sneako, who's just a grifter and a PDF file and apologist of PDFs. I hate this individual, Sneako that is. Hate Nicolas and then quote unquote Nico's Jimmy. Nicolas, Nico, quote unquote, Kenn de Balinthazy. This guy's an idiot. I fucking hate this guy. The contents of the debate and the incrimination that Sneako actually ended up bringing upon himself. He thought that this was going to be fun for him, bullying Charlie, blame shifting to change the point of view from anything other than his PDF file behavior, trying to call Charlie out over trivial matters that don't fucking matter, taking his words out of context. Oh wow, Sneako admits being a PDF file. Anyways, we're gonna go into this. I'm gonna break it down. I have some notes written here. Please join my Patreon, guys. Yeah, join my Patreon if you want. Okay, but let's read the footnotes. Now let's go through and cover this situation. Baseline, sadly, Sneako has confirmed himself that he is a PDF file, and he thinks that 14-year-olds should be allowed to get married to older people. Thinks that at 14, 11 years before the brain is fully developed, the brain isn't fully developed till around 25, which Sneako himself is, which we'll get into. Yeah, so that's the kind of psyche this guy has. This guy thinks that 14-year-olds should allow to be married off and raped by older people. Basically, that's all I need to say, really. That's the TLDR of this video. That's Sneako, okay, guys? That's what Sneako's like. That's his mindset. That's his psyche. He's a fucking idiot. He tried. His ego, his wanting to bring someone down, him wanting to shift the blame, scared of Charlie because Charlie could use his platform to talk about it. He's so afraid, he's so afraid, he's so afraid. He wants to try to demean Charlie instead on trivial matters that no one gives a fuck about, that no one's mad at Charlie about. Instead of having our focus on the fact that Sneako himself is just a PDF file and tried, allegedly. This is all alleged, by the way, guys, except the information that I'm basing my statements on are readily available on the internet in documented format via video, as well as you can get the transcripts off YouTube auto-generated of the entire thing if you want to read it out instead. You can get it, it's all there, guys, okay? I'm basing it all on facts of the matter, okay? When I'm speaking about Sneako. Based on that, but at the same time, he hasn't been arrested, so it's alleged, guys. It's alleged. It's alleged. This Sneako person is a psychopathic, ego-driven, self-serving PDF file predator who also happens to be a content creator online. I don't consume his content, but it has been revealed to me inadvertently through my internet browsing. I'm covering this today, because of the entrapment debate that he thrusted upon Charlie, aka Moist Critical, or aka Penguin Z0, in which Nicolas actually further confirmed and clarified in his own coercively controlling debate that he set up that Charlie didn't even know he was gonna do. Like, it all just kind of happened and ended up being incredibly incriminating for Sneako, okay? It was this debate in which Nicolas actually further confirmed and clarified that he does, in fact, stand with 14-year-olds being married off and raped, as long as their quote-unquote parents agree. Let's not forget, with surrogacy and baby buying across the world, many kind children from birth are being sold to psychopathic fathers or mothers, parents, who simply paid for them. We don't have MRIs in place to get MRIs done of each citizen to see who exactly is a psychopath or not, because Sneako, not everyone is so out in the open and stupid as you. There's psychopaths that have much higher IQ, that hide it much better than you. This is the reality. Like, we just have to be aware of it. I'm just speaking on the perspective of real life. So this is commonly happening, especially in less advanced kind people are desperate. They're desperate for their basic needs to be met. What is Nicolas desperate for? He's desperate to rape 14-year-olds or watch his buddies with a big cock do it, as he's a cuck, admitted by him. That's not me just slandering him. Remember, raping children isn't a basic need. Sad that I have to remind you of that. That means that we are in a world where children have psychopathic parents. Not all of them, but children do. There's a lot of children who do. And he's saying, Sneako, Nico, Nicolas, Balinthazy, or whatever his last name is. The fact that he's saying, well, if their parents agree, that's his big thing is, well, 14-year-old can get married to an older person if their parents agree, if their parents sign it off. Not all parents are good parents. Not all parents have empathy. There's parents that are like you, Sneako, pedophiles, psychopaths. And those psychopathic parents would be happy to sell their minor child to a wealthy pedophile for cash. Not all parents are safe. Many pedophiles have children. Both of my pedophile abusers did. Both of them had children. Both of them had a wife. That is optimal to hide in society. We need the laws in place to prevent this and keep our children safe. We do not need to lower the age of consent. Why is that his big goal? Because he's a pedophile. That's why that's Sneako's goal. That's why, but we need laws to keep our children safe. We don't need to be lowering the age of consent. If anything, if we're speaking about it logically, looking at it, guys, if anything, we should be increasing the age of consent and reevaluating the range of age of sexual partners a being with an underdeveloped brain can consent to. This is why power dynamic laws for sexual consent are also so important to have and are already in place in many countries such as Canada. This makes it that if a child is under 18, them being raped, groomed is not legal with someone who has status, power, or financial gain over them, position of power. So even if the age of consent is 14, all that is and then in place for is a 14-year-old can have sex with another 14-year-old. What's weird about the ages of consent is no minors are being incriminated for having sex under 18. It's not the minors unless they're a rapist raping another minor, because there are rapist minors. Psychopathy is since birth, okay? So the age of consent is to protect children, protect those with underdeveloped brains, to keep them safe, to keep them safe from predators coming after them. The age of consent is there to incriminate pedophiles. It's not there because it's like, oh, if you have sex at 12, if you were raped at 12, oh, the child, because they were underage, the child's now a criminal. The child's now going to jail. That's not how it works, guys. It's not how, do you understand the legal system at all, Sneako? You know what? I shouldn't be giving you advice, honestly. Anyways, Nick incriminating thought processes. What are they? Believes 14-year-olds can be married off and raped. Believes the age of consent should be lowered. How low? How low, Sneako? Well, he says as low as 14 at least. That's by his words. And 14 years old is 11 years away from the brain being fully developed. It's just the connection that isn't being made for him is he just keeps asking everyone, what is an adult? What is an adult? Why don't you know? Okay? He doesn't know what an adult is. He doesn't know when the brain is fully developed or the critical development that takes place in youth years. Nicolas keeps asking any and everyone other than himself what an adult is, rather than looking into it. He doesn't even know. He doesn't know. So he doesn't know what an adult is yet. He's so sure that the age of consent should be lowered. He's so sure that 14-year-olds should be allowed to be married off to a psychopathic groomer. He wants adults to be considered adults even younger than what is currently defined. Younger than anything that science corroborates. Science isn't on your side, bro. But let's ask a question. Hey, I want to know. Hey, Nicolas, what crimes have you committed behind the scenes? You're so brazenly open and honest online publicly about how you want the age of consent lowered further in America and around the world. What has happened or is happening in private? What's happening? Care to fill me in, Mr. Balinthazy? Nico says how he's fine with children being married and raped as long as their family agrees to it. Do you not understand the state of the world for the average layman, Nicolas? Do you understand the poverty? Do you understand how in the poorest of countries, fathers will agree to be shot or tortured for snuff films to be able to give their children a better life? Parents exist and will sell their children and keep having children and then selling them to wealthy people and oligarchs just to get money. Not because it's for the safety of the child, not because the 14-year-old wants to do that. And if they think they're just like, well, this is going to be a better life, they have money, the groomer has groomed me and I think it's going to be okay. And then they're a rape toy for the pedophile. Okay. This is never consensual for a child. A 14-year-old, bro? That's what you... A parent cannot consent for a child to be shipped off, married, and raped via a rich man or even just some gross local pedophile. Why are you so intent? Why are you so intent on trying to get children married to adults via their parents and, hey, as long as the parents agree to it? Yeah, well, they probably have psychopathic parents if they're agreeing to that, or just completely religiously delusional parents. What is your intent? What is your intent behind getting these hypothetical laws passed through to lower the age of consent? What's your intent? Huh? Is that what's bothering you in Turkey currently? That the age of consent is 18? You wish you could be raping the minors there? You want to go even lower? You're upset about that? I know you keep asking, what is an adult? And as I stated, the brain is fully developed at age 25. 18 was deemed adult age because that's when the school system ends. It's just corroborated with... Is the brain fully developed at 18? No, it is not. Is it further developed than a 14-year-old? Yes. Is it fully developed? No. And pedophiles know this. He just wants it normalized. He knows. He's well aware that a child can't consent. He just wants to fuck the child anyways. He just wants it. And so he'll say whatever he can to try to get the dialogue pushed through to normalize this. They count down the days until a victim turns 18. They know the brain is still vulnerable. They know the victim is malleable still. Bottom line, encouraging the thought process of lowering the age of consent and lessening the safety measures for minors and those before their brain is fully developed is very scary and evil behavior, Nicolas. That thought process is that of a psychopath pedophile. Those of us who don't have a conscience, we hear your words and we are fucking shocked. We are shaken to the core that you are openly encouraging this. However, with the shake comes the cake, because you've now incriminated yourself. On the record, bro. Celebration. Let's go. It was fucking evil watching you berate Charlie and trying to piss Charlie off and trying to make Charlie emote and make Charlie have a reaction to your abhorrent behavior. Absolutely disgusting. That's why I'm talking about it. That's why we're calling you out. And honestly, all for the greater good in the end. All for the greater good in the end because you ended up on the record incriminating yourself. Because you were emotional. Because you were tantruming, Sneako. Because you were angry. Oh, you were so much in the aggressive headspace, in the, I just want to sadistically rip on Charlie, that you ended up incriminating yourself. And now, it's on the record. But let's not gloss over the fact that he entrapped Charlie, okay? Not entrapped in the legal sense, because no crimes were committed by Charlie. But, what criminal kind of behavior and psychopathic psyche was discovered through the debate, though? Yours, Nicolas. You thought this would be a debate where you could just berate and bully Charlie and nothing would come out of it, and you would just hate on Charlie and make Charlie feel sad. You thought this was beneficial for you. Looks like your ego got the best of you. Seems like you've outed yourself even further in the process, Nicolas. And on the record, by your own hand. And to finish it off, to corroborate this fact again, the brain is fully developed at a 25, Nicolas. Yours is already there. Therefore, it's now on the record at your big age that you think 14-year-olds should be married and raped by older people whose brain is at a further developed stage than theirs are. Interesting.